In 1964, a firefighter named Jim Templeton took a photo of his daughter in a field in England. When the film was developed, there was something in the background that wasn't there when he took the photo. A figure in a white spacesuit standing behind his daughter. No one saw it. No one was there. Yet it's clearly visible in the photograph. This is the Solway first baseman. And it's just one of 10 photographs that have baffled experts for decades. This video contains 10 images that can't be explained. Some were taken by astronauts, others by ordinary people. All of them show something that shouldn't exist, something that defies logic, science, and reason. Skeptics have tried to debunk them. Experts have analyzed them. But decades later, these photos remain mysteries. Let's start with a spaceman that appeared out of nowhere. Photo number 1, the Solway first baseman. The photo, May 23, 1964. Bird Marsh, Cumbria, England. Jim Templeton, a firefighter, took his daughter to a quiet field for a day out. He brought his camera, a simple Kodak, to capture some family photos. Jim positioned his daughter in the field. Clear blue sky, nothing unusual. He took several photos. His daughter was alone in every frame. He saw no one else nearby. When Jim developed the film, photo number 23 showed something impossible. A figure in what appears to be a white spacesuit standing directly behind his daughter, facing away from the camera. Large, clearly visible, but no one was there. The investigation. Jim insisted he saw no one when he took the photo. The location was remote. His wife and other daughter were nearby. They saw no one either. Kodak examined the negative. They found no evidence of tampering, double exposure, or manipulation. The image was genuine. Whatever was in the photo was there when the shutter clicked. The photo gained attention. Conspiracy theorists called it evidence of time travelers or aliens. The Ministry of Defense reportedly visited Jim and questioned him, though they never publicly commented on the photo. One theory, Jim's wife was wearing a pale blue dress and standing behind their daughter, and the overexposure made her appear white and distorted. But Jim rejected this. The figure is too large, too distinct, and positioned wrong. The mystery. Nearly 60 years later, the Solway first baseman remains unexplained. Was it Jim's wife, distorted by overexposure? The proportions don't match. Was it a person in protective gear from a nearby facility? No facility existed in that area. Was it something paranormal? We have no evidence. What we know, the photo is real. Kodak confirmed it wasn't manipulated. Something was behind that little girl. But what? Jim Templeton died in 2011 without ever changing his story. He saw nothing, yet the camera captured something no one can explain. Photo number 2, the Black Knight satellite. The photo, December 1998, Space Shuttle Mission STS-88. NASA astronauts were conducting the first assembly mission for the International Space Station. During a spacewalk, they photographed what appeared to be a large, dark object floating in orbit near the shuttle. The object was irregular, angular, clearly artificial, but it wasn't part of the mission. It wasn't supposed to be there. NASA released the photos to the public. Immediately, conspiracy theorists identified it. The Black Knight satellite. The legend. According to legend, the Black Knight satellite is an alien probe that's been orbiting Earth for over 13,000 years. Reports of strange signals and unidentified objects in orbit date back to the 1950s. In 1960, the U.S. detected an object in polar orbit. Unusual because no country had technology to achieve polar orbit at that time. The object was nicknamed the Black Knight. In 1963, astronaut Gordon Cooper reportedly saw a glowing green object approaching his capsule. NASA dismissed it as hallucination from high CO2 levels. Then came the 1998 photos. Clear, detailed, undeniable. Something was up there. The explanation, sort of NASA's official explanation, it's a thermal blanket that came loose during the spacewalk. Astronaut Jerry Ross accidentally dropped it while working outside the shuttle. The blanket drifted away and was photographed before burning up in re-entry. This explanation fits the timeline and the object's appearance, but it doesn't explain decades of earlier reports. It doesn't explain the 1960 detection. It doesn't explain Gordon Cooper's sighting. The mystery, if NASA is right, the 1998 photos show a lost thermal blanket, but that doesn't account for everything called the Black Knight satellite. Is there an ancient alien probe in orbit? Probably not, but something strange has been reported for decades. Multiple sightings, multiple detections, multiple photos. The 1998 object might be explained, but the larger Black Knight legend, that remains a mystery wrapped in decades of strange reports and unanswered questions. Sound, transition whoosh. Photo number 3, the Hook Island Sea Monster. The photo, December 12, 1964. Hook Island, Queensland, Australia. Robert Lucerek and his family were on a boat trip when they spotted something massive in shallow water. It was enormous, snake-like, estimated at 75 to 80 feet long. Clearly alive, it moved as they watched. Robert grabbed his camera, and his wife shot both photos and film footage. The creature appeared to be a giant tadpole, or sea serpent. It had a wide, gaping mouth. Its body was smooth, no visible fins or features. It just lay there in the water, occasionally moving. The encounter, 5 to 5:30, Robert and a friend put on diving gear and approached the creature underwater. As they got closer, the creature opened its mouth, revealing a cavernous, gaping maw. Terrified, they retreated. The creature then swam away and disappeared into deeper water. Robert developed the photos and film. The images were clear. Something huge was in that water, something that didn't match any known marine animal. The controversy: when Robert released the photos, marine biologists were skeptical. The creature's appearance didn't match any known species. The proportions seemed wrong. The behavior was strange. Some suggested it was a large plastic tarp or sheet weighted down and photographed to look like creature. Others proposed it was a beached whale carcass, distorted by decomposition. But Robert's film footage showed the creature moving. It wasn't a carcass. And if it was a hoax, it was an elaborate one requiring significant resources in 1964. The mystery: no similar creature has ever been found. No carcass washed ashore. No other sightings were reported in that area. Was it a hoax? Possibly. The creature's appearance is suspiciously perfect for a camera. But if so, how was it done? How do you make a 75-foot fake sea monster move convincingly in 1964? Was it a real undiscovered species? If so, where did it go? Why has no one seen it since? The Hook Island Sea Monster remains one of the most controversial cryptid photographs ever taken. Photo number 4, the Cooper family falling body. The photo, 1950s. The Cooper family had just moved into a new house in Texas. They gathered in the dining room for a photo to celebrate. A camera was set up. The timer was activated. The family posed, smiling. The camera clicked. The flash went off. The family moved on with their evening. When the photo was developed, there was something no one expected. A body falling from the ceiling, upside down, arms outstretched, falling directly toward the family. The details: the figure is clearly visible. It appears to be wearing dark clothing. The arms are extended, as if trying to catch itself. The body is in mid-fall, captured the instant the shutter clicked. But no one was there. The family saw nothing. They heard nothing. The ceiling was intact. No one fell through it. The photo has been analyzed extensively. No evidence of double exposure. No evidence of tampering. The image appears to be legitimate. Whatever is falling was there when the photo was taken. The theories: skeptics suggested a trick of light and shadow, perhaps a moth or insect close to the lens, distorted by motion blur. But the figure is too large, too detailed, too human-shaped. Others propose it's a prank. Someone hung from the ceiling for photo. But how? The ceiling shows no signs of disturbance. And why would the family not mention it? Paranormal researchers believe it a ghost, perhaps the spirit of someone who died in the house, captured on film at the exact moment the camera fired. The mystery: the Cooper family reportedly moved out of the house shortly after discovering the photo. They never spoke publicly about what, if anything, they experienced there. The photo remains. The figure remains. falling from nowhere, captured for a split second, then gone. Was it a ghost? A trick of photography? An elaborate hoax? We may never know. But the image is undeniably unsettling. Someone was falling toward that family, and no one saw it. Photo number 5, the Phoenix Lights Formation. The event, March 13, 1997. Thousands of people across Arizona witnessed something extraordinary. A massive V-shaped formation of lights moved silently across the sky. It was huge. Witnesses describe it as blocking out stars, spanning over a mile wide. The event lasted hours. People called police, news stations, each other. Everyone saw it. Everyone photographed it. Hundreds of photos and videos captured the lights. This is the Phoenix Lights incident, one of the most documented UFO events in history. The photos show a clear V formation of bright lights. Some images show 5 lights. Others show 7 or more. The lights appear to be connected, part of a single massive craft, not individual objects. Witnesses describe the craft as silent, enormous, and moving slowly. Some reported feeling a sense of awe or fear as it passed overhead. The lights appeared in 2 waves, one around 8 p.m. showing the massive formation, and another around 10 p.m. showing stationary lights over Phoenix. The official explanation: the U.S. Air Force claimed the 10 p.m. lights were flares dropped during a training exercise at the Barry Goldwater Range. Video analysis supports this. The lights descend slowly, consistent with parachute flares. But this doesn't explain the 8 p.m. formation. That object moved. It passed over multiple cities. Thousands saw it. Flares don't move in formation across hundreds of miles. The mystery: the Phoenix lights remain controversial. The 10 p.m. lights were likely flares. But the 8 p.m. event? No satisfying explanation exists. Was it a secret military aircraft? Possibly. But why fly it over major cities at low altitude where thousands could see it? Was it extraterrestrial? We have no evidence beyond the visual sightings. What we know: thousands of people saw something massive in the sky. Hundreds photographed it. And 27 years later, we still don't know what it was. We're halfway through. 5 unexplained photos down. 5 more to go. Photo number 6, the Hessdalen Lights. The phenomenon, Hessdalen Valley, Norway. Since the 1940s, unexplained lights have appeared in this remote valley. Bright orbs, floating, pulsing, moving with apparent intelligence. In the 1980s, sightings increased dramatically. Residents saw the lights almost nightly. Scientists arrived to investigate. They set up cameras, sensors, and monitoring equipment. They captured hundreds of photos. Clear, detailed images of glowing orbs hovering over the valley, sometimes for hours. The research: the Hessdalen lights are unique because they've been scientifically studied. The Hessdalen Project, established in 1983, has been monitoring the lights for decades. The photos show orbs of light, usually white or yellow, sometimes red. They hover at various altitudes, move slowly or rapidly, and sometimes split into multiple lights. They appear in all weather conditions. Researchers have measured electromagnetic fields, radiation, and other phenomena associated with the lights. The lights are real. They're measurable, but no one knows what causes them. The theories. Theories include plasma phenomena caused by the valley's unique geology, piezoelectric effects from underground quartz, combustion of gases seeping from the ground, ball lightning, or even seismic activity creating lights. But none fully explain behavior. The lights move. They respond to observers. They appear on demand in some cases. Natural phenomena don't typically behave this way. The mystery: the Hessdalen lights continue to this day. Scientists still study them. Photos and videos are captured regularly. We know they're real. We know where they appear. We just don't know what they are. And after 80 years, that's deeply unsettling. Photo number 7, the SS Watertown Ghost Faces. The incident, December 1924. The SS Watertown, a tanker ship, was traveling to the Pacific Ocean when 2 crew members, James Courtney and Michael Meehan, were killed in an accident. Overcome by gas fumes while cleaning a cargo hold, they died instantly. Following maritime tradition, Their bodies were buried at sea. The crew held a brief ceremony and committed the bodies to the ocean. The next day, crew members reported seeing two faces in the water following the ship. The faces appeared in the waves alongside the vessel. They were clearly recognizable as Courtney and Mian. For days, the faces followed the ship. Multiple crew members saw them. The captain, Keith Tracy, decided to photograph them. He loaded his camera and waited. The faces appeared again. Captain Tracy took 6 photos. When the film was developed in port, one photo showed the faces clearly. 2 ghostly faces in the water, watching the ship. The photo was examined by Burns Detective Agency, who found no evidence of tampering or double exposure. The negative was analyzed and determined to be authentic. The faces appeared for several more voyages, always following the water town. Eventually, they stopped appearing. The crew speculated that once the photo was taken and the dead men were acknowledged, they were finally at peace. The photo remains one of the most famous alleged ghost photographs ever taken. Skeptics suggest pareidolia, the human tendency to see faces in random patterns like waves and foam. But the detail in the photo is remarkable. The faces are distinct, recognizable, and match the deceased crew members. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the photo is haunting. 2 faces in the water, 2 dead men, following the ship that was their tomb. Photo number 8, the Babushka Lady. The assassination, November 22, 1963, Dallas, Texas. President John F. Kennedy's motorcade passed through Dealey Plaza. Shots rang out. The president was assassinated. In the chaos, dozens of people photographed and filmed the event. These images became crucial evidence. The FBI collected cameras and film from witnesses, but one person refused to hand over a film. A woman wearing a headscarf, looking like a Russian grandmother or babushka, was photographed holding a camera aimed at the president at the exact moment of the shooting. After the assassination, she's seen in photos still filming, calmly documenting the scene. Then she walked away, and she was never identified. The mystery. For 60 years, investigators have tried to identify the Babushka Lady. She was close to the motorcade. She had a clear view. Her film would be invaluable historical evidence. But she never came forward. She never turned in her film. Despite massive publicity, despite appeals from the FBI, she remained anonymous. In 1970, a woman named Beverly Oliver claimed to be the Babushka Lady, but her story had inconsistencies, and many researchers don't believe her. The theories. Was she a spy? Some believe she was KGB, documenting the assassination for Soviet intelligence. Was she involved in conspiracy? Perhaps she knew what was about to happen and was there to document it for the conspirators. Or was she simply a witness who feared being involved in the most infamous murder in American history? The photo mystery. The photos of the Babushka Lady are clear. She exists. She was there. She filmed the assassination. But who she was and what happened to her film remains unknown. Somewhere, perhaps in a basement or attic, that film might still exist. The Babushka Lady's footage could answer questions we've been asking for 60 years. But we may never find it. Photo number 9, the Goddard Squadron Ghost. The photo, 1919. RAF Goddard Squadron in England gathered for a group photo. The mechanics and airmen assembled. The photographer set up. The photo was taken. When developed, the photo showed something impossible, an extra face. A face that wasn't there when the photo was taken. In the back row, slightly transparent, slightly faded, was the face of Freddie Jackson, a mechanic who had died 2 days earlier in an accident involving an aircraft propeller. The photo was taken on the day of Freddie's funeral. His squadron gathered for the photo while his burial was taking place. Yet there he is in the photo among his friends. The identification. Several members of the squadron immediately recognized the face as Freddie Jackson. They knew him well. They'd worked with him for months. The face in the photo was unmistakably his. The photo was examined. No double exposure. No tampering. The image was legitimate. Freddie Jackson's face was captured on film 2 days after his death, during his own funeral. The theories. Believers in the paranormal see this as clear evidence of ghosts. Freddy loved the squadron. Perhaps he showed up for one last photo with his friends. Unaware he was dead, skeptics suggest it's another squadron member who resembles Freddy, caught at an angle or in motion that made him appear ghostly. But the squadron members who saw the photo insisted it was Freddy, not someone who looked like him. The mystery. The Goddard Squadron photo is one of the most famous alleged ghost photographs in history. It's been analyzed, debated, and examined for over a century. If it's fake, it's remarkably subtle. If it's real, it's profound evidence of something beyond death. Either way, the face in the photo remains. Freddie Jackson, present at his own funeral, captured on film. Photo number 10, the Skunk Ape photograph. The photo, September 2000. Sarasota County, Florida. An anonymous woman sent 2 photographs to the Sarasota Sheriff's Office along with a letter. The letter explained that for 3 nights, a large creature had been coming to her backyard, raiding her bird feeder and making terrible sounds. The smell was overwhelming, like rotten eggs and skunk spray mixed together. On the 3rd night, she grabbed her camera and photographed it. The photos show a large, ape-like creature with reddish-brown fur, hunched over, partially hidden behind palmettos. The creature appears to be looking toward the camera. The woman wrote that she believed it was an escaped orangutan. She wanted animal control to capture it and return it to wherever it escaped from. The analysis. The photos quickly spread. Cryptozoologists identified the creature as likely a skunk ape, the Florida version of Bigfoot. Sightings of large, ape-like creatures have been reported in Florida swamps for decades. The photos are remarkably clear compared to most cryptid images. The creature is in focus. The details are visible. You can see the fur texture, the posture, the environment. Skeptics pointed out that the creature looks suspiciously like a person in an ape costume. The proportions seem human. The posture is human-like. But costume experts noted that the suit, if it is a costume, is very sophisticated for 2000. The investigation. The Sarasota Sheriff's Office investigated. They found no evidence of an escaped orangutan in the area. Zoos and animal facilities had no missing primates. The anonymous woman never came forward. Attempts to trace her failed. The letter and photos remain the only evidence of the encounter. The mystery. Is the skunk ape real? These photos don't prove it. They show something ape-like in a Florida backyard. But something ape-like could be a person in a suit. What makes these photos intriguing is the context, the letter, the smell, the behavior described, and the fact that the woman genuinely seemed to think it was a lawsuit animal, not a cryptid. If it's a hoax, it's a strange one. If it's real, well, then there's an undiscovered primate living in Florida swamps. Conclusion. 10 photos. 10 images that challenge what we think we know. A spaceman that appeared behind a child. A satellite that might be 13,000 years old. A sea monster in shallow water. A body falling from nowhere. Lights over Phoenix. Orbs in a Norwegian valley. Faces in the ocean. A woman who filmed a murder and vanished. A dead mechanic in a photo. And a creature that might not exist. Some of these photos have explanations. Some might be hoaxes. But all of them have resisted definitive debunking for decades. Photography is supposed to capture reality. But sometimes the camera sees things we can't explain. Things that don't fit our understanding of the world. These 10 photos remind us we don't have all the answers. We might never have them. And that's what makes them endlessly fascinating. If you made it through all 10, thank you for diving into these mysteries with me. Subscribe for more unexplained phenomena. There are hundreds of strange photos waiting to be explored. Thanks for watching. And maybe think twice before you assume a photo is showing you reality. Sometimes the camera captures more than we bargained for.